Do you want to help solve a cold case? If you do, we have some exciting news. We're teaming up with a very well-known DNA and genetic genealogy company to solve a cold case. In a few weeks, we'll release a video with more details about the case we'll help solve. We'll be doing this through YouTube memberships. Half the money we receive will go to funding DNA testing and genetic genealogy, which will hopefully help solve the cold case. We have 2 membership levels, and both will help solve the cold case. But you'll also get more perks with your membership. With our lowest membership, you'll get loyalty badges, exclusive emojis, early access to videos, and a 15% discount on merchandise. With a higher membership, you'll get all those perks, plus an extra 10% off merch, an exclusive members-only video every month, and you'll be able to vote on the video's topic. What we think the most important aspect of the membership is to help solve the cold case. Once the case is solved, we'll do a video about it, and, with your permission, we'll have your name or username appear in the credits. This is your chance to change from a passive observer to an active participant in solving a murder. With your help, we hope to bring a killer to justice and give a family some closure. Not only will you help solve a cold case, but you'll also be supporting this channel as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please keep an eye out for a video about what crime will help solve. In the meantime, if you're interested in membership, please sign up so you can get early access to videos, the exclusive members-only videos, and other perks. Once again, thanks for watching. Number 3. The Ghost of Doreen Sullivan. One day in 2014, Kim Davison, her friend Jessie Lou, and 2 other adults brought their 3 children to Murphy's Hole, a local swimming hole near Helidon, Queensland, Australia. It's a well-known swimming hole. It's about 20 feet deep. That day, Kim said they experienced strange phenomena. While swimming, her daughter felt something grab onto her leg twice. Davidson said on her last trip into the water, she felt a presence in the water behind her, but she didn't know what it was. While Kim Davison, Jessie Lou, and the 3 children were in the water, their friend on shore took this photo on a camera phone. Later, when reviewing the photo, they saw something mysterious in the water. In March 2015, Davison posted the photo to the Facebook group Tuama Ghost Chasers. Between Davidson, who is in the dark sunglasses, and Lou, who is wearing the white sunglasses, there appears to be a strange white apparition. Some people, including Davidson, think the being has horns. Davidson wrote, quote, "I'm holding the little girl, and that white head next to me with horns is not human, I can promise you that," unquote. She also wrote, quote, "Its fingers are on my shoulder and on my daughter's arm. They are long, skeletal-type fingers," unquote. Both Lou and Davidson swear that nothing was in the water between them when the photo was taken. They also said they had 2 paranormal experts examine the photo, and they claim it's genuine. Some people have commented that they see 4 other faces in the water. Davison wrote, quote, "There's a man with a beard near the girl I'm holding, near her feet," unquote. Shortly after the photo was posted, another user posted a link to a newspaper clipping. 99 years before the photo was taken, in November 1915, 13-year-old Doreen Sullivan was bathing in Murphy's Hole. Tragically, she drowned. It took an hour to recover the body. Many people believe that the ghostly horned figure is Doreen's ghost. Some believe it's a darker entity. Other people are not convinced that there's anything mysterious about the photo. They believe it's just water splashing, a light flare, a 4th child, or a combination of those 3. What do you think it is? Is it the ghost of a 13-year-old girl, something more sinister, or is there a logical explanation for the photo? Number 2. The Solway Firth Spaceman. The Solway Firth is on Britain's west coast. It's part of the border that separates England and Scotland. On May 23, 1964, Jim Templeton took his family to the Berg Marsh, which is part of the Solway Firth, and just a few miles from their home in Carlisle, England. They said that there were only 2 other people there while they were there. They were 2 older women who were sitting in their car. Jim had his 5-year-old daughter, Elizabeth, pose for 3 photos. He then had the photos developed. In one of the pictures, Jim saw something behind his daughter's head. It appeared to be a humanoid figure in a white suit and a helmet with a dark visor. Many people, including Jim, believe it is a spaceman floating behind his daughter. Jim always swore that no one was behind his daughter when he took the photo. He and his family did not see anything out of the ordinary that day. Jim took the photo to his local police department. They did not find any evidence that it had been manipulated or tampered with. Camera and film company Kodak examined the photo. They said it had not been altered in any way. They even offered a reward to anyone who could prove it had been altered. In the 6 decades since the photo was taken, no one has claimed the reward. The photograph made headlines around the world. Then, things only got stranger. Around the same time the photo was taken, a missile test was planned nearly 10,000 miles away in Woomera, South Australia. But the technicians called it off because the cameras recorded 2 large, mysterious, humanoid figures wearing strange suits on the launch pad. The area was searched, but nothing was found. Later, when the technicians saw the photo of the Solway Firth Spaceman on the front page of the newspaper, they said it looked like the 2 figures they saw at the launch site. The Australian media asked to review the footage. The technicians told them that 1 canister of film was missing. It was the footage of the mysterious beings. There's an interesting connection between the 2 areas where the beings were seen. The rockets they were testing were called Blue Streak. The Blue Streak rockets were manufactured in Cumbria, England, which is about 35 miles from where the photo was taken. A month after Jim Templeton took the photo, 2 men driving a black Jaguar showed up at his work. The men only referred to each other as number 9 and number 11. They took Jim to the area where he took the photograph. After he confirmed the spot, the men suddenly walked away from him, got into their car, and drove away. Jim Templeton never saw them again. They had also stranded him about 5 miles from his home. So what is the object in the photo? Is it an actual spaceman? David Clark is an investigative journalist and ufologist. He has a PhD in folklore. He has an explanation for the photo. He believes that the object is Jim's wife, Annie. He believes that Annie had her back to the camera and the photo was overexposed. The overexposure caused her blue dress to look white. The visor is her dark hair, which was cut into a bob. Clark also has an explanation as to why Jim didn't see anyone behind Elizabeth. Clark said, quote, "I think for some reason his wife walked into the shot and he didn't see her because with that particular make of camera, you could only see 70% of what was in the shot through the viewfind," unquote. Clark also doesn't believe the aborted missile launch had anything to do with the photo. He found the footage of the aborted launch at the Imperial War Museum in London, England. When he reviewed the footage, the only odd thing he saw was a triangle of light, which he said was the result of a lens flare. However, not everyone is convinced by Clark's theory, and they believe that Jim Templeton took a photo of an actual spaceman. Number 1. The Calvine Photo. Calvine is a hamlet in central Scotland. On August 4th, 1990, 2 men were hiking in the area. They were both chefs at a hotel close to Calvine. As they hiked, they heard a soft humming. They looked for the source of the sound and saw a diamond-shaped aircraft lying silently in the sky. It spooked them, so they hid in a scrum of trees. Then a Harrier jet flew into the area and circled the craft. After being in the area for about 10 minutes, the aircraft quickly flew vertically and disappeared. One of the men had a camera and he took 6 photographs. The 2 men brought the photos and the negatives to the tabloid, the Daily Record. They told the reporter their story about seeing the UFO. The Daily Record never printed the story or the pictures. Instead, the photo editor said he passed the photos, negatives, and information to a Royal Air Force press officer who in turn sent them along to the Ministry of Defense, also known as the MOD. The MOD did not make the photos public. 6 years later, in 1996, Nick Pope published the book Open Skies, Closed Minds. Pope had worked for the MOD where he investigated UFO phenomena. Pope started working at the MOD a year after the photos were taken. He said that the MOD concluded that the photos were genuine and the object was unexplained. Then, in 2008, the National Archive released some of the MOD's documents on UFOs. This included several reports about the Calvine UFO incident. They also released 2 cropped photocopies of a picture. They were very low quality. Investigative journalist David Clark, who we talked about in the last entry, supervised the release of the documents. He was very fascinated with the Calvine photos after reading about them in Nick Pope's book. In 2018, Clark started to track down the photos of the 2 men who took the pictures. The identities of the men were also a mystery. They had not come forward in the 28 years since the photos were taken. All that is known about the 2 men is that they worked as chefs at a nearby hotel. Clark and his team tracked down the Royal Air Force press officer who received the photos from the Daily Record, Craig Lindsay. Lindsay claimed he had only received one of the images from the Daily Record. In October 2021, Lindsay emailed Clark a copy of the photo. Months later, in May 2022, Clark interviewed Lindsay in person. Lindsay showed Clark the photo, but he wouldn't let Clark touch the print because the back contained sensitive information. Lindsay posed for a photo of him holding the mysterious photo. 3 months later, Lindsay gave the photo to Clark and asked him to donate it to Sheffield Hallam University's special collection. Before Clark handed over the photo to the university, he gave it to a professor of photography to examine. The professor concluded there was no evidence that the photo had been manipulated. On the back of the photo was a handwritten message. It reads, quote, "Copyright Kevin Russell, care of Daily Record, Glasgow." Clark and his team searched for a man named Kevin Russell who lived in the area, but he has never been found. There are several theories about what the diamond-shaped craft is. One theory is that it's a radar-busting stealth aircraft developed by British defense contractor BAE Systems. In March 2023, Clark said it was possibly top-secret American technology. But there are detractors of both these theories. They point out in the 34 years since the photo was taken, we've never seen a craft like it used by any military. These people believe that the craft is something alien in nature. The photo has been hailed as the clearest and best photo evidence of a UFO. The photographer's identity and the second man with him that day remain a mystery. The 5 other photos and the negatives have never been made public. Their whereabouts are unknown. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. If you did find it interesting, please make sure you subscribe. We'll have a new video about the paranormal every week. If you just discovered this channel, please make sure you check out our other channel, Criminally Listed. We have over 325 videos featuring bizarre but true crime stories. You can find it at youtube.com/criminallylisted. We also have a podcast about cold cases that were eventually solved called Criminally Listed Presents Into the Killing. You can find it on Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you find great podcasts. But that's all for today. Thanks again for watching.